Alright, so I've just had my Street Fighter 5 match. Don't know if you can see the machine back there. Essentially, I obviously lost. They let you play arcade mode for like one match and then they'll have someone else come in and fight against you. There's an arcade mode and there's training mode. You can actually pay money and play training mode in the arcade, which is kind of a weird idea. I don't know if that's going to be in the real game. This is only a location test. But I was playing against the guy that was right beside me, so it wasn't in front of me. It was literally the person sitting next to me. I was kind of expecting it to be playing against someone who was on the opposite side of the machine. But anyway, the machine is orange. They have the matches on a big screen above the machine. I think that's quite cool so that people can watch it, because obviously esports, watching as an audience is a big thing for Street Fighter 5. But obviously feels like a standard Sanwa stick, standard Sanwa buttons. Didn't notice any lag. Can't tell if there's variable input lag. I wouldn't know that sort of thing. There are 5 locations in Japan, but this one is the Shinjuku TAITO Station, where they have a large number of fighting games, but way more Gundam Extreme Versus. So I'll just give you a quick walk around. You see lots and lots and lots of Gundam, and then over here is all the Street Fighter stuff happening in the background, and mostly stuff like Tekken. One thing that I've realized is that a lot of people smoke in these places, so it's really hard to breathe. Really, really hard to breathe. If you want to play Ultra Street Fighter 4, there are plenty of machines for that. But mostly Gundam and Street Fighter 4. Lots and lots of... Looks like there's a really hardcore Street Fighter 4 scene going on here. With lots of people playing Gundam. Anyway, that's them playing behind me. Alright, so I finally found a quiet place where I can talk about this, but essentially the Street Fighter 5 arcade version, the arcade machine, is on a location test in arcades at 5 spots in Japan. They had a long line going up the staircase. I only had to wait for about 6 or 7 people. This is day 1 of 3 days of that location test, and I think it was probably a bit more busy and packed this morning, but it's kind of lunchtime now on day 1 of 3 days. You put $1 in, or 100 yen in, to play the game, and if you lose once, then you were off, and that's the location test rules. I mean, I'm pretty sure anything goes when you're actually playing in a normal arcade setting, but for the location test it was, if you lose once, then you're out. If you win up to 5 times, or if you win as many as 5 times, then you also have to step out. You can actually change to use a PlayStation controller. There was a USB thing. I didn't use it, but I did see some other people using it. They have a PlayStation controller available for this location test, so if you don't bring one with you to the location test, they will actually lend you a PlayStation DualShock 4 so that you can plug it in and play with a pad for Street Fighter 5. It felt exactly like playing on the PlayStation, essentially. It was good that they had a TV up top so that people could watch the match. I thought that was pretty good. I don't actually know how popular it's going to be. I don't know how many machines there's going to be. I also don't know how many locations they're going to deploy these Street Fighter 5 arcade machines to. As you can see, at this branch of Taito in Shinjuku, there are a lot of Ultra Street Fighter 4 machines still here, so presumably they'll be replacing a bunch of them with Street Fighter 5 machines. It makes sense business-wise, right? Because Street Fighter 5 is the one that's selling on consoles and PC, so surely they want to promote it as much as they can in the arcade. So I'm assuming that they'll replace some of the Ultra Street Fighter 4 machines, but hey, you never know. Also on the machine, they have one of these Nessica card readers, which is the standard machine that they use for making accounts and building up points and getting bonuses and stuff in the Taito game stations, I think. So no surprise that they were using a Nessica card reader machine on the Street Fighter 5 machine. It wasn't available for use today because today was just a location test, but I'm assuming that in the future you'll be able to use a Nessica card to tap in, load up your battle points and all that stuff. If they don't, I'd be really surprised if they don't. Anyway, the machine is there and ready, so clearly there's going to be some kind of account creation and logging of your statistics and your battle points, and hopefully, I don't know, things like, who knows, maybe costumes, stages, dojos, who knows, stuff like that. One thing that I didn't find out was whether it's going to be online or not. I assume that they would have some sort of online element. For now, it looks like they've just got machines side by side linked up. Really surprised that it wasn't across from each other, because usually in Japan you have like a machine here, and you have a machine on the other side, so you can't actually see the other player. But this time they had it side by side. Maybe that was just the location test. Maybe that's how they plan to do it for the future, because you know, it's really common out in the West to be playing side-by-side fighting games, as opposed to in Japan where it's more common to be on opposite sides. Lots of questions, lots of stuff we still don't know. I've seen that a lot of the pros actually showed up in Shinjuku on Twitter this morning, so they were all here. I actually walked past a few famous people when I came into this Shinjuku TAITO station, so I was quite nervous, honestly, playing against someone live in an arcade. I haven't done it for like years, so it's kind of scary. I wish it was non-smoking in arcades in Japan. That is probably the biggest issue I have with coming to arcades to play games at all, but we will. I didn't do that on purpose. I actually did have to cough there. It probably looks like I did it on purpose. Anyway, thanks for watching this NihongoGamer video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links and all that great stuff. Put it on Twitter, Discords, all that stuff. And I will see you in the next NihongoGamer video.